Hi guys, this is Anna. Today I'm going to be talking to you about one method that is the fastest, cheapest, and best way to learn a new language. And this method really works because it's fun for all, so it works for anyone of any age, starting from children to teenagers to adults. And so it can work for your kids or it can work for yourself. So what is this method that I'm talking about? Well, simply put, music. So listening to music in another language is the best and fastest way to learn a language. So previously I knew that this was true to some extent, but I didn't know how powerful it could be. And I really realized how powerful it is because this year I've been teaching English at a school here in Colombia, in Bogota. And there are many students that have very, very different levels of English in the classroom, even if they have grown up in the same school, and so they have come through all the levels of English throughout school. But their levels are just so different because there are some people that, can't even string a sentence together. And then there are others who I just have basically a fluent conversation with. And this really got to me and I was really interested in it. And so I started asking a lot of the students that were very good at English, and then the ones that weren't so good in English, the resources to learn English. And this varied from the classrooms at school, so just regular school every day, not every day, but maybe like 4 hours a week of English classes at school. Then there were people that went to extra classes of English on Saturdays or even weekends, and these varied from 2 hours a week to 8 hours a week, so 8 hours on a Saturday just for English, which was very interesting. Or getting a tutor with a native speaker of English. And out of all of those students, I found that the people with the most fluent English were the people that loved listening to music in English. And I found that really interesting because they were better at conversational English than the people that paid a lot of money to go to these Saturday English schools. And so I thought this was a very interesting find, and I thought that I'd share this information with you. I also asked these students who listen to music in English, I also asked them, what type of music they listen to, what bands they listen to, because I was really interested in that as well. And some bands that they mentioned to me were like Maroon 5, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Kanye West, so really the pop singers. And we might think, as English speakers, we might think that, their songs maybe have a lot of slang in it, or maybe have some, rude words or something, or a lot of like shortened words like gotta, wanna, and things like that. So that might affect their English. But in my opinion, as long as they're speaking fluently and they're understanding it, then I think that slang is actually good to know, because then when they're speaking, they sound like a natural English speaker. So I don't think that that's like a negative point of learning with these songs and these lyrics. I think that's a good way to learn English. So this wasn't just the students at my school, but even like the people that I've met over the times, like that speak English really fluently, in Colombia and other countries, is that they also learned English with music and then classes at school. So it really goes to show that this method really works. And then even for myself, which I didn't even realize at the time, but I was learning Spanish, and I actually had already been listening to some Spanish music or some music in Spanish, and I found that my pronunciation was really improving because of the music I'd listened to, and I'd already picked up so many words, so many grammar points just because I'd been listening to the music. So I think this method would really work for everyone and anyone of all ages, all places around the world. So I think this really, really works. So there are some steps to take in order to learn the language from music. So it's not just about listening to the music once a week or something like that. No, it's not like that at all. You really have to actually put some effort into it. And I say effort, but it actually feels effortless because it's really fun. It's a really fun way. And so I'll take you through the steps that I believe are the best ways to learn the language. So step number 1. You have to choose music or listen to music that you generally like. So you shouldn't pick a song just because it has, good vocabulary, good grammar points, or your teacher told you to listen to that music. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to pick a song or various songs or an artist or a band that you genuinely like and that you will genuinely listen to every day. With your iPad, on the bus, on the train, you're genuinely going to listen to this music. So step number 2, you genuinely want to learn the language that you're going to try and learn with using music. So you can't just, you can't force yourself, and this is something I've learned while teaching at this school, is that you can't force anyone to do anything and then get a great outcome out of it. No, you have to be genuinely interested in something to be able to achieve something above and beyond your imagination, because that desire is what is important in learning. So step number 3, so as I said, all you have to do is listen to it. So just listen to it every day, every night, just over and over again, just repeating the song, and you will pick up words just naturally. You don't even know what they're saying, but you'll just pick them up with the sounds they're making, and you will just start singing without knowing it. And this is just a great start because this shows that you are genuinely interested. Step number 4, sing along to the song, but this time by looking up the lyrics. So YouTube is a great resource nowadays because you've got any song you want, you look it up and it comes with the lyrics, and you can just sing along with the lyrics. And this is a great way because now, instead of just making the sounds that they were making before, you can actually say the words and you know what the words look like now. But the benefit of doing this after listening to the song is that now you kind of already know how to pronounce it before even seeing how the word is written. So you don't get mixed up and confused about, how do you pronounce this word? No, you already know how it's pronounced, and then you're just going on with the lyrics. So this step is about practicing at home, and it's not even about practicing, because if people are genuinely interested, then they're going to want to look up the lyrics and sing along properly. So this step is about at home singing along with the lyrics. And then step number 5, so this is going into more the genuine interest about the language, because now that you can sing along and make the sounds, and now you know what the words are, now you have to look up what they actually mean. So this doesn't mean, look up every single word, but, just look up some words, some keywords to understand what the meaning is. And from this, you'll be able to pick up on some new vocabulary, pick up on some new grammar points, and just naturally you'll start picking it up so quickly because this is a song that you actually like and enjoy. And step number 6 and final step is that it flows on from the last point, is that yes, you can look up the lyrics and you can look up the meaning of some words, but there are definitely times when some words change and don't make sense if you haven't actually learnt the language yourself. For those that actually learn a language in a classroom setting, so for the children at school, for example, here in Colombia, use those classes to reinforce the grammar points, because sometimes, you won't understand the whole lyrics if you don't understand the grammar points. And this was really, really true for me with using Spanish, is that, there was one word that was sea. And I was like, what is that? And I looked it up, and it was a verb, but it was like conjugated and it was subjunctive form. So I would never have known what it meant if I hadn't have gone to my Spanish classes and asked the teacher. So, rather than using music as a resource, use the classes as a resource for your music learning. And then that will really, make classes enjoyable because you're learning what the songs mean and helping you out on your journey onto independent language learning. And also, being a teacher, people have said, and I know, that music is great to use in a classroom so that you can get your students interested. And I actually tried this because I was like, when I came to this realization, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to include more music into the classroom. And it is true to an extent. But for example, my classes are like 40 students, and those 40 students are going to have different taste in music. So I can't force them to be like, okay, sing this song, by Bruno Mars, if they don't like him. And so, yes, it's good to incorporate music into the class, but it's a little bit harder than, learning it yourself, because you as I said in point number 1, you genuinely have to like the song to be able to learn the language. So I hope you like these steps that I gave you, and remember that I'm not saying that, just simply listening to music you're going to, suddenly the next day speak fluently. No, you actually have to put some effort into it, but as I said, it's kind of effortless if you have a genuine interest and a genuine interest in the language and the song. And I'm also not saying that, the classes aren't good. I'm just saying that, using music will get you there faster and quicker, and in a cheap way as well, because music is cheaper than 5 hours of Spanish class per week. So I definitely recommend classes as well. They're great to reinforce the grammar points and really ask like a teacher, like one-on-one, what does this mean? So the classes are definitely great. I'm just saying that music is a definite must if you want to improve your pronunciation and your fluency, and then confidence as well, because when you're singing, it just comes out, and so you feel confident to then speak later. So tell me what you think about these steps, and I want to know if you also learned a language using music, or if you learned a language using classes, or just tell me how you learned your language. If you like this video and if you like these steps, then give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow me on all the social media. You've got the Facebook, Instagram, you can follow my blog as well on Tumblr, Blog Love, and Pinterest, so we can connect there. Okay, see you next time. Bye.